Terence Crawford going up to super middleweight to fight Canelo Alvarez. Now that Canelo Alvarez no longer holds the IBF title, let's speak about it. Hit the link tree. Find me on X, Instagram, Spotify, Anchor, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal. Check out the Patreon, man. I think y'all pretty much gonna enjoy it. Shout out to all the Patreon members, the Goodfella TV members, the Free Game members, and the people who got both. Free Game and Goodfella TV free for 7 days. Shout out to everybody supporting the channel. I do appreciate it. But check out the Patreon, man. I'm pretty sure y'all gonna enjoy it. I'm about to ramp up some content on Goodfella TV. We're gonna talk some workout stuff and some sexual health stuff, and I'm going to, probably by the time this goes up, you're gonna see the video I got about the male, whatever you want to call it, the male boxer that beat up the women's boxer in the Olympics. So I plan on cutting that video when I get home. So so that should be up on the Patreon rather soon. So make sure y'all check it out, right? And if y'all didn't see, by the time y'all see this, if y'all didn't see excuse me, if y'all didn't see the podcast go up from Monday on Tuesday, something's wrong with Spotify for me to upload it. So when I get home, I'll try to attempt to upload it again. But other than that, man, does this mean that Terence Crawford possibly should forget about Canelo? And probably not. It's about the money. It's about the money. We can't call him undisputed. Let's see, spins the block, and whoever holds the IBF title, and he gets them, because we can't say, well, T.O. wasn't really undisputed, then call Bud undisputed because he really beat the man. No, he'd be lineal. He'd have to go back and get William Skull. But for him, it's about the money. My message don't change based on what I'm saying don't change based on the individual. It do, but it don't. This a rule applies. It's just a money grab. It's a means to an end. It's a retirement fight for him. I've been saying it from the beginning. Canelo is too big, too strong, for for Terence Crawford. So, I remember Mayweather made him cut a couple pounds too. Which in the grand scheme of things, I don't think it really hurt. I don't really think it hurt him like that. But, I digress. But, but with that situation, this is about the money. It wasn't about, the belts was the icing on the cake. It was about the bread. So he wanted to get the bread. He wanted the money to come with Canelo, and it's a lot on the line for him. But it's also a high risk, high reward, high risk fight, because if he won, he would have been undisputed. No longer not undisputed, but you still get the lineal belt. You can have an opportunity to fight whoever got the IBF if that's what you choose to do. But after figuring that he'll get that fight and probably retire. He'd probably get a lot of offers if he did win that fight to come back and do some other things. But I mean, like I said before, money is what they all looking for. That's what all these dudes in boxing is about. They about that bag. I don't have a spider on me or something. Yeah, I'm under a tree. So it's about that bag. That's all these dudes care about. They want the money, the money, the money, the money, the money. And I ain't mad at it, because they in the hurt business. But the fight is about the money, and it's also the reward that come with it. Is that fighter probably put him in most people's top 10, top 5. Some people call him the modern day GOAT. If he was able to jump up 2 additional weight classes, really kind of 3, but and beat Canelo Alvarez. So do I think Canelo Alvarez is going to risk fighting Terence Crawford? I don't think so. That's my opinion. If you're going to risk it and you lose, at least you can say, well, I lost to a bigger, stronger Benavidez. I was aging. He was bigger than me. So be it. I passed the torch to another Mexican. You lose to a black fighter that's jumping up 2 weight classes. Guess what? The era that people knew as Canelo Alvarez era, it instantly becomes the Terence Crawford era. So really, the powers that be is probably not going to allow that fight to happen. Remember, let's rewind back and see how crucial boxing is. Remember, Michael Williams Sr. and his son Michael Williams Jr. was saying that allegedly Al Heyman, in so many words, was stopping him from fighting Adrian Broner, and that it sounded like Roy Jones had set his son up to get injured so he couldn't make that fight. I said allegedly. I'm just, that's what they was implying, and that just lets you know in boxing they'll box you out. Look at Terence Crawford. You know, all the promoters boxed him out when it was time to make the Errol Spence fight. I don't want to sign him. He ain't worth this, and everybody threw dirt on his name. He beat Errol Spence, and then it was the same thing. And Eddie Hearn, not Eddie Hearn, but Al Heyman started to put, when he was about to fight for belts, he tried to use Charlo as a blockade or a shield. You know, and Terence Crawford still made a way. So ultimately, the powers that be is not going to let probably Terence Crawford get that opportunity, especially Floyd Mayweather. All of them probably going to chip in for Canelo Alvarez not to take that fight, especially if Crawford do it and he win, and by some miracle he win by knockout. A lot of people going to say he greater than Floyd Mayweather, and Floyd Mayweather not going to be able to swallow that. So the powers that be in boxing is not going to let him get that opportunity, even though I believe if he moves up that much weight, Canelo going to come in heavy, and it's just going to be an uphill battle. It's going to be an uphill battle. You know, it's a dangerous fight. Now, you can hear, you know, people saying, well, you know, fighters don't look at it that way. He bigger, and boxing is different than fighting a motherfucker on the street. On the motherfucker on the street, you can lose, you know, you can use a pole, you can use a trash can. You could do a lot of different things. In a boxing match, it's just you. It's you and him. So, but to each his own. But I mean, I think at the end of the day, the purpose was the money. Everything everything else that comes with that fight is just icing on the cake. The belts, the lineal title. It was potentially the undisputed title. Now that's off the line. He just really want the bag. That's what it boiled down to. He really just want the bag. Ultimately, that's what it's boiling down to. He really just want the bag. That's it. That's it. That's it. So a lot of people can say what they want to say, and they can compute it in any other way, but it really was just about him getting the bag. So the IBF belt, he still got multiple titles that's on the line, and it's probably still a means to an end to, you know, fight him and retire. But I was gonna say something else on this video. But yeah, now does it kind of change the plan for him to say, you know what, let me go turn around. Let me turn around and let me get undisputed at 54, then make the jump. Since I ain't gonna be undisputed, let me turn around, get undisputed at 54, grow into 54 a little bit more, mature into my body, then make the jump to 68. So we don't know how much longer Terence planned to be in the game. We don't even know how much longer Canelo seemed to be in the game. Canelo seemed not to want to fight nobody. You know, Berlanga, whoever it may be next, like they finding opponents for him to fight. So it appears that he simply just doesn't want to fight anybody. So should Crawford just complete the mission, be the first 3 division undisputed champion? That won't be easy. He got a tough fight versus Madrimov on Saturday. He got another tough fight, you know, potentially versus Sebastian Fondor and Backrom, Montebello, whoever got the IBF title. So there's going to be an uphill battle when you're going up to a different weight class. You're trying to conquer a different weight class as well, too. So, yeah, man, I think it's going to be an interesting battle for him, man. But that doesn't change the mission. You know, for him, excuse me, that doesn't change the mission. The mission is the mission. The mission is to get the Canelo bag. You know, that's it. That's his retirement fund. Make 20, 30, 40, 50 million dollars fighting him. You know, and that's what it's about. And Turki Al-Sheikh said if he can't get him the Canelo fight, he'll get him another fight of his choice. You can't make a guy fight. Eddie Hearn has been consistent about not making the fight. Said Canelo don't want the fight. Canelo said out his mouth he don't want the fight. So it ain't nothing you can do. You can't make nobody do nothing they don't want to do. And people in the comments, well, Canelo got the best resume. When you can pick and choose who you want to fight and when you want to fight, of course you should have the best fucking resume. See, when people tell you stuff, man, let's say somebody took a video and they took a clip of what somebody said, you hear it out of context. It might be, all men are bad. You know, all these ain't bad. They, you know, whatever. Let's just say they took the clip, all men are bad. You know, not everybody going around, oh, she hate men, but the entire clip may be something different. It might say, all men are bad. You know, when I was dating in the 90s, they was bad when I was living in Chicago. So them men in Chicago were bad, but once I moved down south, they were more hospitable. But if you just took that clip, all men are bad, and you clipped that 10-second clip up, and you took it out of context, everybody getting on her. But now you go look at it in its entirety, it was all men were bad in Chicago. You know, when I was living there in 85, 87, I moved down south, found the husband, it was hospitable, and the men are, you know, greater or better than me down there. Okay, it is a different conversation. You know, when you take things out of context, you know what I'm saying, you know, or give them partial of what the context is, you know, then it's like, you know, it may not be what it is. Of course, he got the best resume, but guess what? He been fighting one of the longest guys, and he can pick and choose who he want to fight. He got afforded opportunities to fight guys because he was aligned with Oscar, Floyd Mayweather. He had a distinguished look as a Mexican. If he looked like a regular Mexican, these doors wouldn't be open for Canelo Alvarez. Doors would be open for him, but they wouldn't be these doors, and he probably wouldn't have as many close decisions that he got now. As simple as that. And it ain't nothing to harm him. It ain't nothing to, you know, demote him from or take away from him. It is what it is. Some people are dealt the gray hand. Some people ain't. He got some talent, but he ain't the best. You know, he ain't the best. But, you know, it is what it is, man. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. The subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all notifications, increase your chance to get notifications. We go live or drop video financially. Want to support the channel? Cash App, $ CJ Good 313, Venmo, CJ Good 313, PayPal link description. Hit the link tree, find me on X, Instagram, Spotify, Anchor, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, Apple Podcasts, Spotify. Invite y'all to check out the Patreon, that link's in the description. Peace.